G'day and thank you. Just in the few remarks I want to make, I do want to congratulate you all for the work that you do. Obviously, our country's standards and conformance infrastructure helps ensure that products and services and systems are safe and, of course, reliable for consumers and businesses alike. It's something that we take for granted, but I have to say the work that's put into it is something we need to make sure is top of the pile. And our government has long recognised the importance of a robust standards and conformance system as a means for underpinning business and competitiveness and enabling innovation and establishing a common language for new concepts and technology. And the importance of standards, I think all of us understand, is reflected in their ubiquity in most aspects of modern life, something that touches all of us in every part of our lives. And this system is becoming increasingly important as our supply chain faces new opportunities and, as I think is apparent to everyone, many more challenges in this increasingly digital world. The government's committed to supporting this system to ensure that standards and conformity assessment are facilitative of trade and continue to support Australia's economic interests. Indeed, the importance of standards in supporting trade is reflected in the fact that the OECD estimates that standards affect 80% of global trade. In recognition of the importance of standards and conformance to the Australian economy, the government has long supported peak standards and conformance bodies. And our relationship is formalised, for example, by way of an MOU with both NGTAG and separately with Standards Australia, both very important entities in their own rights. Additionally, between 2020 and 2024, the government will provide over $19 million under the Support for Industry Service Organisations program, or SISO as they call it, to ensure Australia's standards and conformance interests are represented on the world stage. Boosting Australia's influence in international standard setting and uptake, particularly with reference to digital and critical technologies, has been a particular focus for this government support. And $460,000 has been allocated under SISO towards supporting the research and delivery of the report that's here before us today. Through their partnership, NGTAG, JASANTS and GS1 Australia are identifying how product conformance information can be simplified, a very important matter to deal with, and of course digitalised to improve such supply chain traceability. And I want to congratulate those bodies I mentioned before, JASANTS, NGTAG and GS1, for this fantastic work I'm very excited about, which has culminated in today's performance and accreditation processes. The report identifies that we are at the cusp of a major revolution in the way information is carried and shared through our supply chains via the use of digital labelling with links to product conformity information, including widespread use of QR codes and mobile phones. I understand this work also responds to the peak industry bodies which have called out the need to modernise national product conformity in the infrastructure related to it and to underwrite trust in product safety and quality schemes. Competing economies are taking steps we cannot afford to be left behind, as a very important point, one we can't underscore enough. Australia must ensure continued and improved market access for Australian companies across all sectors. As will be discussed today, an innovative solution is being proposed to simplify the way product testing and certification data is managed. While important in its own right, this project is complementary to efforts across government to simplify trade systems and leverage data to enhance traceability in an international trade context. As you may be aware, the Minister for Agriculture, David Littleproud, recently announced a $68.4 million commitment from the government to strengthen Australia's agricultural traceability system. And the report was funded by the Department of Industry's Science, Energy and Resources as part of a broader program to work on digital and critical technologies to boost Australia's leadership in influencing and developing the uptake of international standards. Australia is keen to instil trust and confidence among our trade partners in the quality of Australian exports, and I welcome the contribution of this report on the digitising of conformity assessment systems and to the consideration of ways we as a nation might achieve the objective set out for us. It's encouraging to see such a wide-reaching audience in attendance today, and with so many industry participants engaged in this work, it is very exciting. This report and the continuing work in this space presents an opportunity for government and for industry to work together, which is the best recipe, to provide leadership and direction in strengthening Australia's industry and trade competitiveness. I'd like to again commend NADA, JASANTS and GS1 Australia for this work. My department, the Department of Industry, Science, Energy and Resources as well, will continue to work with you to explore ways to ensure a whole-of-economy approach to improving supply chain traceability is found. And look, I do thank you again for inviting me to make some brief remarks at the beginning of today's forum, and congratulate you for the work that is done, and I look forward to working with you into the future. But thank you again, and back over to you.